A very good afternoon to all. My name is Rafiq. As a moderator today, our forum is about enhancing mathematics, learning through active learning strategy. Okay. So first, I will introduce our special guest is lecturer.
Greetings everyone, my name is Amira Mazia. My role here as a lecturer.
Hello everyone, my name is Siti Saralini Abdullah. My role is community leader.
Hello everyone, my name is Yas Dosinia Baby Ionis and I am as school leader.
Hello everyone, my name is Estes Galdo. My role is as teacher from school A.
Hello everyone, my name is Ebsa and my role here is as parents.
Thank you for all special guests today. So, in line with Sustainable Development Goal for SDG4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. This forum seeks to explore how active learning and differentiated instruction can transform mathematics education across multiple educational levels. Mathematics is often viewed as a rigid content-heavy subject. However, when delivered through active student-centered approaches, it can become a dynamic platform for inquiry and lifelong learning. This forum brings together perspectives from community leaders, school administrators, teachers, lecturers, and parents to discuss strategies, challenges, impacts of implementing inclusive active learning in mathematics. Okay, so I will answer our question for the lecturer perspective. The first question is, as a lecturer, how do you utilize active learning strategies when designing differentiated instruction to create an inclusive mathematics classroom that supports the goals of Sustainable Development Goal 4?
Thank you for the question. As a lecturer, I use active learning strategies such as collaborative group work, inquiry-based activities, and real-life problem solving to design differentiated instruction that meets diverse student needs. For example, in a math class, I might assign different levels of aspects on student readiness, such as some students might explore a concept through visual aids, while others engage in abstract problem solving. This ensures inclusivity and aligns with SDG4 by giving every learner, regardless of background or ability, prepared to change to succeed.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So I will answer the next question. From your perspective as a lecturer, what are the main challenges in implementing active and differentiated instruction in mathematics? And how do you address them in support of Sustainable Development Goal?
Thank you. One of the main challenges I face is managing time and resources, especially when students have varied learning needs. There are also need to train educators to plan differentiated tasks effectively. To overcome this, I often use peer learning methods where students support each other, and I apply flexible grouping strategies. I also collaborate with colleges to develop shared teaching resources. These solutions support SDG4 by promoting equality and quality in mathematics education.
Thank you for this one. And the last question. As a lecturer, how do you think active learning and differentiated instruction in mathematics can foster lifelong learning skills among your students in line with Sustainable Development Goals?
I believe active learning and differentiation empower students to become independent thinkers. When students engage in tasks that are meaningful and suited to their learning style, they develop critical thinking, collaboration, and self-regulation skills. For instance, using real-world math problems encourages them to apply concepts beyond the classroom. This builds a foundation for lifelong learning, which is a key component of SDG4.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So, I conclude that active learning encourages collaboration, self-reflection, critical thinking, and adaptability. Okay, thank you, lecturer. Okay, we move to season 2 is community leader. So, community leader, for my first question, how can active learning methods in mathematics help students from different learning backgrounds engage better in class?
Thank you for the questions. Active learning allows students to learn, meaning, for example, like using activity like problem solving or math games. It helps weaker students feel more involved and confident because they not just listen. It also encourages peer learning where students can support each other.
Okay, thank you. For the second question, have you observed or supported any programs that use real life examples to teach maths in your community?
Yes, some teachers use local market activity to teach concepts like subtraction or budget. For example, asking students to calculate total price or discount help them connect maths with everyday life, making learning more relevant and practical.
Okay, for the last question, what are some effective ways teachers in your community have made more interactive or hands-on?
Teachers use visual aids like flashcards, mini whiteboards, and maths manipulative like block or coins. Group tasks or maths quiz with friendly competition are also used. This keeps students active instead of passive, making maths more fun and less stressful.
Thank you for the answer. So we conclude as a community leader. So the leaders they use visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, and also maths at the market, and teacher use manipulative, recycled material, and cultural relevant. Okay, thank you. For the school leader, the question 1: what steps can school leadership take to support teachers in implementing active learning strategies in primary mathematics classrooms?
Okay, as school leaders, we play an important role in helping teachers create engaging student-centered math lessons. One of the first things we do is offer training and professional development. This helps teachers learn practical ways to make math more interactive, such as using group activities, real-life problem solving, or hands-on materials. We also try to give teachers some freedom with how they teach the curriculum. The flexibility lets them adapt lessons to suit the needs of their students, rather than sticking to strictly to textbooks. Another way we support them is by providing useful materials like math tools, visual aids, and digital resources to help make lessons more fun and easier to understand.
Okay, thank you, school leader, for your response. So the second question: how does the school ensure that active learning in mathematics is inclusive and addresses the needs of diverse learners?
In our school, we work hard to make sure all students feel included and supported in math lessons. We know that every child learns differently, so we encourage teachers to use different methods depending on what each student needs. For example, some students understand better when they use blocks or pictures to solve problems, while others might need help in small groups. For students who speak different languages, we support them with simple language, visuals, and activities activities that let them work with classmates. Sometimes we use bilingual resources or have assistants to help students during lessons. We also make sure that group work is fair and that every student has the chance to take part no matter their skill level.
Thank you for your response. So the last question, how does the school check if active learning in maths is working well, and how do you keep improving it?
As a school leader, we try to make sure that active learning in math is not just happening, but actually making a difference in our students. One of the main things we do is gather feedback. We listen to our teachers about what's working well in the classroom, and we also talk to students to understand how they are experiencing the lessons, whether they feel engaged, confident, and supported. We don't rely only on test scores. We look at how students are participating in lessons, how well they work with their classmates, and how they approach problem solving. That gives us a better picture of what's really going on in the learning process. Our teachers also meet regularly in small groups to reflect on students' progress and share strategies. These discussions help us to spot patterns and decide what kind of support or changes might be needed, whether it's more resources, more time to plan, or additional training. As school leader, we also encourage our teachers to try new approaches, and we support them through classroom coaching and collaborative training. And to keep improving, we stay connected with current research and with what other schools are doing successfully. Overall, it's an ongoing process, but the goal is clear, which is to make sure all students are actively involved in learning math and to keep raising the quality of education in line with SDG4.
Okay, thank you, Linda, for your response to the last question. So we go to the teacher. Okay, teacher, for my first question, how can mathematics teachers effectively plan and structure active learning lessons to suit various student abilities?
Thank you to our moderator for the question. So as a teacher, I have used differentiated instruction and tiered tasks for ensuring that activities offer multiple entry points for students of verifying their skills levels. Not only that, planning should incorporate hands-on activities, real-world problem solving, and scaffolded guidance to help students gradually develop independence.
Okay, thank you for the response. For the second question, what is the role of a teacher as a facilitator in a student-centered mathematics classroom?
In a student-centered mathematics classrooms, the teacher's primary role shifts from delivering content to guiding the learning process. Rather than lecturing on procedures, the facilitator design rich, open-ended tasks that invite exploration and sense-making. They also pose thought-provoking questions, present real-world problems, and structure activities that require students to conjecture, test, and refine their own strategies. By carefully sequencing tasks of varying complexity and offering timely scaffolding, such as hints, illustrative examples, or peer pairing, the teacher helps each learners move forward just beyond their current level of understanding.
Thank you for your idea. So the last question I will question you. How can teachers shift from being content deliverers to learning facilitators?
Traditionally, mathematics teachers are seen as content deliverers, such as lecturing, demonstrating procedures, and expecting students to memorize steps. However, in a student-centered classroom, the teacher's role evolves into that of facilitator of learning. This means creating a classroom environment where students are effectively engage in constructing their own understanding of mathematical concepts rather than passively receiving information. To make this shift, teachers can design open-ended problems, real-world tasks, and collaborative activities that require students to think critically and apply their knowledge. Instead of immediately solving problems for students, teachers can ask guiding questions such as, what strategy could we use here, or why do you think that method works? This promotes inquiry-based learning, where students reflect, reason, and explore multiple solution paths. Not only that, the teacher moves around the classroom, observing group discussion, giving feedback, and encouraging peer-to-peer teaching. This approach empowers students to take ownership of their learning, builds confidence, and deepens conceptual understanding.
Okay, thank you for your idea. So we move to the parent. Okay. For your perspective, I will question you. The number one is how can parents use active learning strategies to support their children's understanding of mathematics?
Thank you for the question, moderator. As parents, I believe math learning should be active and meaningful. This is because at home we can use everyday tasks like cooking or budgeting to help our kids apply maths in real life. Besides that, asking open-ended questions, playing maths game, and solving problems together will build their confidence and thinking skill. Thus, this goal isn't just to teach, but to guide them in exploring answers to their own. This kind of activity learning support SDG4 and remind children that learning is everywhere and not just in school.
Okay, thank you. So the second question, in what ways can parents promote inclusivity and equity in mathematics learning at home?
Thank you. In my opinion, as a parent, promoting inclusivity in math started with meeting children where they are. This is because at home we can use different learning styles like visual, storytelling, hands-on activity to make maths feel accessible to every child. Also, encouraging a growth mindset, celebrating mistakes as learning opportunity, and avoid negative language like I'm not good enough at maths. By doing this, it will build our children confident. When we involve all our children equally and adapt to their needs, we foster fairness and support the spirit of SDG4, which is education that includes empower and to everyone.
Okay, nice idea. And the last question from me, how can parents share a mindset of a lifelong learning in mathematics?
Alright. Lastly, in my opinion, as a parent, for lifelong learning in maths begin at home with small moments of curiosity and connection. Instead of treating math as just schoolwork, we as a parent can explore it together, like solving puzzles, spotting patterns in nature, or comparing prices at store. This everyday experience shows our children that maths is everywhere. When we celebrate effort, ask a question, and reflect on challenge, we help build resilience and love for learning. This mindset nurtures confident thinker and support SDG4 by encouraging learning that goes beyond classroom and lasts a lifetime. Okay, thank you. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all each special guests. And the forum underscore that active learning and differentiated instruction are crucial for building inclusive and engaging mathematics classroom that support SDG4. Each stakeholder play a vital role. The first is community leaders make maths culturally relevant. So for the school leaders, it enables systemic support. For the teachers and lecturers, it designs learner-centered instruction. For the parents, last but not least, for the parent, nurture motivation and mindset at home. So, through collaborative action and a shared commitment to equity and excellence, mathematics can become a subject of inquiry, creativity, and lifelong learning for all children. So, today I will end of our forum. So, from us, thank you.
Thank you.